You really have the photographer's eye. Keep it up.
Hey Stephen, that was really good. Feeling is here that you could be a bit more positive.
More positive?
Yeah.
I don't believe many can say they beat Chaser Zero in a showdown across Tokyo City. Congratulations.
All right, buddy.
So far my videos on Horizon 6 have been either positive or neutral in tone, and I've found a couple things in the game that are keeping me having fun. It also looks amazing on a decent PC, is very well optimized, and has the best map of the series in my opinion. But today I'm going to cover some of the less desirable aspects of the game. This list is certainly not exhaustive, as I'm sure things will grow annoying with time, but for now, this is everything that is grinding my gears a bit. This has long been a complaint many people have had, myself included, and it seems that there has been no effort to improve them in this game. If anything, the voice acting has gotten worse, not to mention the character models, but the less said about those the better. A lot of the time, it's like the lines are just being read off. There's no real attempt to add any flavor to what's being said, and it's just very bland.
I was at a car meet chatting with the owner of this Mugen tuned 1984 Mark I Honda CRX.
Like who gives a shit?
Well, I hope a lot of people actually.
Then we have the positivity. I get that this game is supposed to be made for everyone, and in a way, most people who like cars will like something in the game, and people who don't like cars could still have a good time, but the way every character interacts with your silent observer of a main character is infuriating. Take the mech showcase event for example. This race is literally impossible to lose, but does the game blow smoke up your ass? You bet it does.
I don't believe many can say they beat Chaser Zero.
Would it really kill them to just add a bit of conflict into the game? Would sales be negatively affected in any way if someone was to be a bit of a dick to you? You're street racing a lot of the time, with traffic, which implies an air of illegality to it. And do you think people who street race in real life are all friendly and everything? I'd be willing to bet they are extremely competitive people, and sometimes that gets ugly. Would people remember Need for Speed Most Wanted so fondly if there wasn't a blacklist of often asshole characters you really wanted to beat?
First I'm gonna take your ride, then I'm gonna take your girl. Get ready for that.
Would Red Dead Redemption 2 have the most impactful story ending I've ever encountered if the gang all got along and had no conflicts throughout? Of course not.
Oh shit, that's gotta be good.
I get the focus of racing games is the racing, but perhaps that's the problem. It's just become expected for a racing game to have little to no story, so it's not given any consideration in the development process. Or maybe I've just been spoiled by Kingdom Come Deliverance, Red Dead and The Witcher. Convoluted. That is the word I'd use to describe the menu system in this game. In fact, I was going to list several annoyances until I realized they all stem from the same issue, which is navigation of the menus that would test even the most seasoned 17th century pirate. Why can I not find a Rivals event as soon as I load into the garage when first starting the game? Why do I have to load into the map and then go to the pause menu to do so? And that's not all for Rivals. Oh no, we're just getting started. When finishing a Rivals event, to check your ranking you have to go back into free roam and then re-enter Rivals mode and scroll through the menus to the event, track and class you want. Only then can you see where you stand. You should be able to view your ranking from the pre-race menu. You know what else is missing from the pre-race menu? Being able to load a tune. Oh, you can mess with the settings of a setup, but you can't load a tune. Maybe you realize you have the wrong one on, or just wanted to compare a couple tunes. Well, too bad, because it's back to free roam for you. The ideal situation would be this: being able to view the leaderboard, change rival, download tunes, and change tunes all from the pre-race menu. That is so much more streamlined than this current system. It's quality of life things like that that make all the difference. I've grouped these together because they both apply to Rivals mode, and both would be extremely useful features. For all its faults over the past decade and a bit, something Forza Motorsport has had forever is the ability to watch replays of anyone on the leaderboard, and if I'm not mistaken, Horizon had it in the past. This is useful because it helps you see what other drivers did, and it gives you something to aim for. But in Horizon 6, the only way you're going to learn from another player's replay is to hope they've uploaded a lap to YouTube. How is that progress? This is going backwards. Something else that's being very useful in Motorsport is the ability to download a tune directly off the leaderboard. So if the number one time had used a shared tune, guess what? You can use the exact same setup, and the only difference is going to be the driving. In Horizon 6, however, you've again gotta hope the person has shared the tune they used. You can at least view their creative hub pretty easily, but there's always a pretty high chance they haven't shared anything, and they could easily have made changes to it and claim it was used for number 1. This was an issue in Forza Motorsport 4, which got resolved by simply being able to download a tune off the leaderboard. Why in the wide world of sports are these timed events? And what, do tell, is the point of them having a leaderboard? Who can take a photo the fastest? Because taking a photo quickly is what photography is all about. All it does is encourage you to rush to take any old photo. You aren't encouraged to make it as good a photo as you can. I probably wouldn't take my time with it anyway, but I'd at least try to make sure the car was in focus. Why couldn't each of these activities ended up in a Skate 3 type magazine spread of what you've done? At least you could see what your photo would look like if it was in a magazine, so you might feel incentivized to make it look cool. I definitely took my time with them in Skate, trying to make them look as realistic as possible. Obviously Bowieknife 99 has become a meme that has transcended the racing game genre, which itself is a massive achievement. The main issue I found is the sheer unbeatability of the AI, and it's not for a lack of driving skill. They are always way faster than they should be going, and even if you are the fastest in the world, there are times when you'll just get rinsed by 2 or 3 cars. Where Forza Motorsport proudly proclaimed that the AI was legit and didn't use any form of rubber banding or drive at an impossible pace, Horizon 6 makes no such claims because it's simply not possible to drive at the speeds they do. Any AI difficulty above highly skilled might as well be called unbeatable most of the time. Racing while ghosted is not racing. It's simultaneous hot lapping. And while it's only for a short period to avoid the carnage that has become so synonymous with Forza multiplayer, it would be nice to have lobbies where this is turned off. Sure, the community is toxic when it comes to racing etiquette, but to some extent dealing with these clowns is part of the fun, and navigating through traffic is a skill. Although, if a fast driver starts at the back, there is a good chance they wouldn't win anyway because the races are usually far too short. Man, I can't sing the praises of Forza Motorsport 4's clubs high enough. And sure, Horizon has traditionally had clubs too, but unless you were there in Forza Motorsport 4's prime, you don't know what's missing. I've literally made entire videos just about the clubs in Forza 4. I've never felt a stronger sense of community in a game, and they were a direct result of a studio listening to its community and continuing to build on the foundation laid by the previous games. They recognized that during Forza 2 and 3, players had formed their own teams, and they set out to create the greatest hub for teams I've ever seen in a game. When players go to Forza 4 for the first time now, they often still say it's the best, but it was the community features that truly made that game what it was. Now, instead of building on the frankly limited club system of Horizon's past, Playground has decided, nah, screw it, we'll get rid of them. Horizon has the biggest racing game community in gaming right now, and it's a prime candidate for the reintroduction of a comprehensive club system in the game. Finally, in Horizon 6, the game only gives you control of the car once the race starts. This means you can't control your start with throttle, and it also means that launch control is useless in races, and launch control would best be used for the start of races. It's relegated to being a free roam feature, which kind of defeats the purpose of launch control. The start is such an important part of a race, and taking that away from the player combined with ghosted starting means that the starts are pretty underwhelming. Anyway, that was my list of things that I find a bit annoying about this game. And I dare say I'm not the only one. What do you think of my grievances, and what's rubbing you the wrong way in this game?